Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Red with only one Sandshrew wasn't too bad overall. Let's follow that up with one you guys have been requesting for over a year now. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Gold with a team of only one Tyrogue. Alright, you guys have been asking for this one forever, and I can see why. On the stats front, we have a base 35 in everything. That leaves us with an overall stats that are an entire third lower than first form starters. Not only that, but by level up, all we have is Tackle. Oh, and we can learn some TM moves, but not very many. Our type coverage is awful, and because we're fighting type, we can only get the same type attack bonus off Rock Smash, a garbage move. This is gonna be a rough one. Like always, I'm writing this script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think I could beat the Elite Four at max level, and maybe even Blue, but there's no way we're beating Red. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Tyrogue. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Chikorita with Tyrogue so that we can do the whole run with it. I name him X-Pac, because he may be small and wiry now, but you just wait till he gets all of his cool TM moves from Japan. Alright, so like always, we have to fight our way to the first town. This part is never that hard, but I do have to say it took longer than usual. Tyrogue is noticeably weaker than most of the Pokemon we use in Gold runs. I'm really not looking forward to all the grinding that I'm sure we'll need to do. Before I bother with the Flying Gym, I make sure to do Bellsprout Tower. Nothing here is a serious threat, and it gets us some much-needed level-ups. Falconer likes to use Mud Slap to ruin accuracy, so I want to make sure that we have enough attack to win that fight quickly. Not even that saves us from having to grind early, though, as we can't even take down the first trainer's only Pokemon in the Flying Gym. We're an incredibly weak fighting type, and they have Peck. That's all it takes to shut us down. By level 15, we were finally strong enough to get to Falconer, and we actually almost took him down, but we were just one hit away. Man, when was the last time we actually failed an attempt at Falconer, of all people? One level later, and thanks to a bit of luck and holding a berry, we managed to beat Falconer after about 4 more tries. I don't know why he never used Mud Slap, but I know that we're gonna have to learn that TM right away, since it's our only way to hit ghosts for most of this run. Gotta say, I'm really lucky that we get Mud Slap so early. For as weak as it is, there's no way we'd get past the Hiker and Union Cave at this level without it. We're embarrassingly weak. Oh, speaking of, while we're in the cave, we also pick up the TM for Swift. It's not great, but it's a little stronger than Tackle, and at least it never misses. Anyway, I take a shot at our rival, and it actually starts super well, with us lucking our way through the whole fight without taking any damage until Quilava, who we went down to in a one-on-one, unfortunately. I probably should have used Mud Slap some more, but it was a hard call. I know I can't do Bugsy yet, so I'm gonna grind a little bit. A couple levels later, and after a few tries, we managed to get back to Quilava without confusion. It still was a pretty rough fight, but we were at least taking less damage, and we actually got him to miss an Ember with Mud Slap, winning us the fight. We can't move on till we take down Bugsy, though. I wasted a ton of time Mud Slapping Metapod before realizing that Swift can actually just two-shot him. Kakuna wasn't an issue either, although I was absolutely paranoid of the chances of getting poisoned. With Scyther, I was just hoping he'd miss Fury Cutter since each one's more powerful than the last, but we ended up not needing a miss as we hung on with only 1 health from his last swing, letting us hit him for the win. Now that we can move on, I go straight to Goldenrod City and give X-Pac a haircut to raise his friendship level with us a little bit, then we go get the TM per return. It's got 102 power when we have maxed out friendship, so it's gonna be our strongest move we'll ever get. I mean, it'll still be weak because we're a Tyrogue, but I'll take what we can get. With that done, I run around and fight every trainer in the area early. Whitney is next, and although we do resist Rollout and have Mud Slap, we're Tyrogue. I'm not taking any chances. Even after getting all the way to level 29 though, I couldn't win after 10 tries. Even with Mud Slap to take out her accuracy, she still hits us tons and we can hardly deal any damage. Plus, she has Milk Drink, so it's not like I'd be able to take her out fast anyway. I can't learn any great moves for this, so once again, we have to grind. At level 32 after tons of tries, we got this one where I thought we lost thanks to getting crit by Rollout, just to end up having Miltank miss enough stomps for us to get the win. I want to celebrate, but I know the Ghost Gym is next. And by next, I mean we have to fight a billion trainers. I could hardly get past the first trainer in the Ghost Gym, so I just don't see us standing a chance until we hit harder with our terrible Mud Slap. Worst part? We can't get Thief till we beat Morty since we need Surf. When I say that we had to fight a billion trainers, by the way, I mean it. We fought all the trainers near the routes on Ecruteak City. We even took out the lighthouse. We even went through Mount Mortar so that we could do the route north of Mahogany Town before getting Surf. The only reason we didn't do the Rocket Hideout is because we can't actually do that until we beat Morty so we can use Surf. This gets us to level 40, so we try the Ghost Gym. Believe it or not, this only took 2 tries. All we had to do was not get put to sleep by Gengar and we could win. It did require that we be around this level though, since we would have ran out of power points on Mud Slaps otherwise. The grinding was still required. With that done, we quickly breeze our way through the Rocket Hideout. This wasn't too bad. Let's go try out the gyms though. First is the Ice Gym, since it's the closest, and believe it or not, it only took a few tries. Normally this one is super easy, but Blizzard does tons of damage. It didn't take too long before we won though. Next is the Fighting Gym. This one's rarely an issue, so I'm not surprised that we did pretty well. I could have lost if not for how Poliwrath rarely picks the right moves. Alright, time for the Steel Gym. It goes about how well you'd expect. We didn't even make it to Steelix. We don't have a great answer for this outside of just spamming Mud Slap and hoping for the best. Let's at least get to the point where Mud Slap can one-shot the Magnemites, otherwise the luck required to win this fight is going to be astronomical. Even after a ton of grinding to get up to level 52 and trying this fight a whole 10 times, we still can't win. Iron Tail is a low accuracy move, and the Mud Slaps ruin its accuracy even more, but Steelix still only needs a couple of hits to take us down, and we deal almost no damage. Maybe if I can get to a slightly higher level, we can at least take an extra hit? Alright, I don't show grinds much anymore because there isn't much to say during them, but I want you to see some of this just so you have an idea of how rough this is. There's nowhere good to grind right now. As nice as it is that Johto gym leaders are pretty low-leveled, the Pokemon in the wild are all low-leveled too. Considering Tyrogue is so weak that we have to be massively over-leveled to keep up on stats, that means that the grind is especially slow. Much slower than most of the runs I do, in fact. The worst part is that right after this gym, I'll get to fight lots of really easy trainers that would have made for a much better place to grind. I'd love to do that now, but the rocket takeover of Radio Tower can't happen until we win this fight. Alright, after a solid 6 tries at level 56, and we finally got a win, mostly because of some critical hits and Iron Tail missing just enough times for us to win the fight. That took ages, but at least it's over now. Now, the only real threat in the Radio Tower is our rival. Thankfully, it was actually really easy thanks to us being able to just blast our way through with Return. Haunter could have been an issue if he was stronger, but Mud Slap still does the job. I think I might need to learn Thief to deal with the ghosts in the future though. Anyway, next up is the Dragon Gym, and although this took a few tries because the Dragonairs are in a damage range and can paralyze us, it wasn't that long before we ended up just one-shotting them. Kingdra can't handle more than a couple of hits, so we win. Alright, last before the Elite Four is the final rival fight. I wish I could say this was the most exciting fight of all time, but we crit the Golbat, who could have confused us and really was the only way we could have lost, so we totally bulldozed through. Let's take a look at our stats before the Elite Four. We're at level 65 and hardly breaking 100 attack. With those moves too? I don't know, I really don't think this is possible right now. I mean, it's the Psychic Elite Four member first. I'm gonna need to at least be level 70. I took this as my chance to go back to the Rocket Hideout and get the TM for Thief. It's not very strong and it uses our special attack in this game, but at least we have a slight amount of type coverage. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Psychic Trainer Will. This one took a few tries because of the damage ranges and Confuse Ray, but by our third try, we ended up winning the entire fight without taking a single hit. It's a good thing too, since we go down in 2 hits of Psychic and plenty of his team has that move. Second is Poison Trainer Koga. This is one of those fights that's mostly easy, but that we lose over and over because Crobat hits us with Toxic half the time, and then we get stalled out and beaten by Fortress. That thing's a tank, and we don't have any fire moves to take it down. It took till level 74 and many tries, but eventually we got one where we didn't get poisoned, and we actually managed to outmuscle Fortress. It takes ages, and it doesn't help that he has Swift, so he can't actually miss unless he switches moves, but at least Swift is pretty weak. We probably would have lost if Muck attacked us, but he didn't, so we won. Third is Fighting Trainer Bruno. Most of this fight was easy until we took massive damage from Machamp's cross chop. We still took him down pretty fast, and Onyx wasn't exactly going to stop us, but if not for Mud Slap making his Earthquakes miss a few times, that could have easily gone differently. Fourth is Dark Trainer Karen. Now this one might look like an incredibly easy battle, and in fairness, on this attempt it was, but that's only because we crit Umbreon at the start, who in the previous 8 attempts just instantly hit us with Sand Attack and ruined it. It's crazy how getting hit by one Sand Attack can totally ruin you in a single Pokemon run. Finally, the Pokemon Champion Lance. It started great with us taking down Water Onix easily thanks to him just using Rain Dance. That didn't last long though, as Aerodactyl nearly took us out by himself. He resists us, and he's super effective against us, so naturally as Charizard came out, we went down to Flamethrower. We can't get any more type coverage to fix this, so we're just gonna have to get stronger. Even at level 80 though, we still rarely make it past Aerodactyl with decent health since he's faster than us and Quick Claw doesn't activate very often. We can get a little bit farther into the fight, but it's still not really that close. I'm starting to worry if this is one of those fights where we just have to keep grinding until we have the speed advantage. Many run-throughs of the Pokemon League later, and we're at level 86. Now believe it or not, we actually took down Aerodactyl with far less issues than usual, and even took down Charizard after that fight. The real issue is that we couldn't take down even a single Dragonite because we got paralyzed. He has 3 Dragonites. Gen 2 does have a built-in mischance when the AI uses status afflictions, but it's not that high and we can't use Mud Slap on them because they're part flying. Okay, another few run-throughs of the Elite Four later. After 6 tries at level 91, we got this run where his first Dragonite missed Thunder Wave thanks to the Gen 2 built-in mischance. He had the same thing happen with his second Dragonite for an easy knockout, and on his final one, he used Outrage instead, giving us a surprisingly clean fight. I mean, it was after hours of running through the entire Elite Four over and over for levels, but hey, a win's a win. With that awful fight done, we get into the Hall of Fame and win the run, but you know it's not over yet. In Pokemon Gold, we get to do all of Kanto as well. The gym leaders here are mostly super easy and skippable since they're weaker than the Elite Four, but we still need to at least try Blue and Red. Blue, we can probably beat, but Red, I don't think we stand a chance. Still, we're so close to max level that we can just top it off with rare candy, so it's at least worth a try. Alright, time for Blue. First was Pidgeot, who we can't actually one-shot, so we take a wing attack before finishing him off. Thankfully, we're holding leftovers, so we heal throughout the fight. Alakazam was a one-shot, and Water Onix just made it rain, so he went down fast too. That's when we run into Exeggutor, who leech-seeded us before he went down. This is really bad. Arcanine is second from last, and we easily take him down in 2 hits. And that's when it gets bad. Blue's last Pokemon is Rhydon. It's incredibly slow to take down. Not only do we deal very little damage, but between the Leech Seed dealing damage and the damage from the Sandstorm he causes, we easily go down. In fact, we go down to that Leech Seed and Sandstorm combo. You're not ready for this. 40 times in a row. Not 14, 40. 4-0. I figured that Leech Seed would just miss after a few attempts, like every other effect move does in Gen 2, but in this one, it just didn't. I don't know if that's a glitch, or if the built-in mischance just doesn't affect Leech Seed, but seeing as Thief can't take him out either, we can't win this without a crit. I'm just going to show you a time-lapse of what this looks like over the course of just 10 minutes. The only thing I can think of doing at this point is holding a Pink Bow instead for 10% more power on return, but that would both get rid of our healing factor from leftovers and also wouldn't be strong enough to one-shot Exeggutor. I've tried using Mud Slap on tons of these runs to see if I could get him to just miss Leech Seed twice, but I didn't get it to happen even once. At this point, the only thing I could think of was Double Team, but even if that would help us with this fight, there's absolutely no way we'd last against Red. I make these challenges every week, so I don't have time to spend 10 hours just grinding out attempts on Red alone, so let's call it here. I mean, that's what I would have said, but literally as I was writing that whole paragraph during my last few attempts, Leech Seed missed, and for whatever reason, he followed up with Egg Bomb. For the first time in the history of my Pokemon challenges, I have felt the need to write this whole part in caps lock. That was over 60 attempts at the end, and Leech Seed had a 25% chance of missing every time I used Mud Slap. Why did that take over 60 attempts? I can't believe I didn't just crit at some point. A crit's like, what, 1 in 24 chance of happening? Surely that must have happened. Right, anyway, as I'm sure you can see, Rhydon's very easy when we aren't leech seeded. I mean, we still absolutely have no reason to fight Red since he'll instantly take us out. But you know what? It would only take a few minutes to get there. Let's give it a try. Alright, first try on Red, and he actually missed Charm, letting us take down Pikachu. Not a bad start. Shame right after that is his Espeon, who instantly takes us to red health as we hardly take out a quarter of his health. Well, that went about as well as we expected. I'm not gonna mince words here. That run was awful to play because of the insane grinds on super weak Pokemon. Still, you guys have been asking for it forever, so I'm happy I finally got to do it for you guys. I hope you guys liked that run. For next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge, we'll be doing Fire Red with only one Venonat. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I could always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend What a Geek and I have done randomizer playthroughs of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, Red and Blue, and now we're doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over in his channel, linked in the description. You can also watch myself, What a Geek and Gooseit, playing Pokemon here on my channel. We've already done Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon X, and now we're doing my first time playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. Also come to my Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.